Hello dear students, this is me Bharti and today again we are going to continue with the topic circle. In the last session we have studied all the basic related to practice set 3.4. Today actually we are going to start practice set 3.4. So without wasting our time, let us start with first question of practice set. So the first question is, in figure a circle is given with center O. Length of chord AB is equal to the radius of circle. You can see this chord AB, that is equal to the radius OA and OB. You can see OA and OB are the radius of the circle and the length of chord AB is equal to the radius of the circle. Okay. Then you have to find angle AOB. What is angle AOB? As you can see, it is central angle. Okay. After that you have to find angle ACB. So what is ACB? It is an inscribed angle. You have to find minor arc AB, as well as you have to find this major arc, that is ACB. Okay. So by mistake I have written here 4. Here it is 4 and here it's 3. Okay. So let us solve first one. One second. Okay. So first let us find out the measurement of angle AOB. Okay. So first one, angle AOB. Okay children. Now if you see, length of chord AB is equal to length of chord AB is equal to the radius. Okay, this is given to you all. Therefore, you can write down AB is congruent to OA is congruent to OB. Okay. Therefore, as all the three sides are equal, therefore you can say triangle AOB is equilateral triangle. Is equilateral triangle. Okay. Therefore, as it is equilateral triangle, measurement of angle AOB plus measurement of angle OAB plus angle OBA is equal to x degree, we'll suppose. Okay, we'll suppose it is x degree. And you know, the sum of the measure of the angles of a triangle is 180 degree. So once again I'll write this angle is equal to 180 degree. Now we'll put in place of AOB x, in place of OAB x, and in place of OBA x is equal to 180 degree. Therefore 3x is equal to 180 degree. Therefore you can write down here x is equal to 180 upon 3. Therefore x is equal to 60 degree. As x is 60, you know that what is x? Measurement of angle AOB. Sorry, here instead of writing plus, no, I'll write equal to. Okay, is equal to x. Okay, here equal to. So what is AOB? Therefore you can write down AOB is x. Therefore directly you write down angle AOB is equal to 60 degrees. Okay. Now children, as you got one of the angle 60 degree, now we'll prove that angle, we'll find the measurement of angle ACB. Angle ACB is equal to question mark. Now you very well know that ACB is an inscribed angle. So inscribed angle is half of the minor angle. So I'll write down here angle ACB is equal to half of intercepted arc. It is half of intercepted arc. So AB is what? AB is intercepted arc. Therefore half of arc AB, you can write it down from inscribed angle theorem. Inscribed angle theorem. Okay. Therefore angle ACB is equal to half of, now what is measurement of AB? Whatever is the measurement of central angle AOB, that is the measurement of minor arc. So AB will be also 60. Okay. Therefore 2 ones are 2 30s are. Angle ACB is equal to 30 degrees. You got your second one. Now in third one, that is measurement of arc AB. So what is arc AB? Measurement of arc AB. Now in the last session we have studied whatever is the measurement of the central angle, that is the measurement of the minor arc. We have studied in the previous session in the beginning of this topic. Okay, so AB is the minor arc and you can see AOB is the central arc. So measurement of AB will be equal to measurement of angle AOB. Okay, so directly you can write down here measurement of arc AB is equal to 60 degrees. Okay, this is 60 degrees. Third one is also solved. Now fourth one. So you have to find arc ACB, this major arc. Arc ACB. So what is arc ACB? Arc, if you see this circle, it is arc AB plus arc ACB. So I'll write down here measurement of arc ACB plus measurement of arc AB is totally how much? 360 degree. Okay, so you have to find measurement of arc ACB. You know arc AB is 60, that is equal to 360 degrees. Therefore measurement of arc ACB is equal to 360 minus 60, that is 300 degrees. Therefore measurement of arc ACB is 300. Got it? Now let us move on towards the second question. In the second question, one second children. Okay, so pages were mixed up. Okay, now let us move on towards the second question. In second question they have asked you, in figure quadrilateral PQRS is a cyclic quadrilateral. Now what is cyclic quadrilateral? You very well know. Cyclic quadrilateral is a quadrilateral whose vertex lie on the circle. They have told you side PQ is congruent to RQ. Angle PSR is 110 degree. You have to find measurement of angle PQR. You have to find measurement of arc PQR. You have to find measurement of arc QR, and also you have to find angle PRQ. Okay, so we'll start with the first one. Measurement of angle PQR is equal to question mark. Now it is given that quadrilateral PQRS is cyclic. Okay, therefore measurement of angle PSR plus measurement of angle PQR is equal to 180 degree. So what is the reason for this? That the opposite sides, or sorry, opposite angles of cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. So you can write down here opposite angles of cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. Okay, they are supplementary, means 180 degree. Okay, therefore you know measurement of angle PSR is given, that is 110 degree. You have to find measurement of angle PQR is equal to 180 degree. Therefore measurement of angle PQR is equal to 180 minus 110 degree. Therefore measurement of angle PQR is equal to it is equal to 70 degrees. Okay, so first one is found out, that is angle PQR is 70 degree. So now let us move on towards the second one, that is measurement of arc PQR. Okay, we have to find the measurement of arc PQR. Now you very well know that by inscribed angle theorem, if you see this PSR is half of arc PQR. Okay, this PSR is an inscribed angle and PQR is the intercepted arc. Therefore you can write down here angle PSR is equal to half of measurement of arc PQR. Okay, now you can write down here by inscribed angle theorem. by inscribed angle theorem. Okay, therefore you can write down here how much is PSR. PSR is 110 degree is equal to half of measurement of arc PQR. Okay, now what we'll do, we'll multiply 110 with 2. 110 degree multiplied by 2 is equal to measurement of arc PQR. Okay, so measurement of arc PQR is equal to 220 degree. So second one is also found. Now let us move on towards the third one. In third question they have asked you to find measurement of arc QR. Measurement of arc QR is equal to question mark. Now let us consider a triangle PQR. Okay, in PQR they have given side PQ is congruent to side QR. As two sides are equal, therefore triangle PQR is an isosceles triangle. So now what we'll do, angle QPR plus angle PRQ will consider as X. Okay, so let us write down, in triangle PQR, PQ is congruent to RQ. Okay, this is given. Therefore triangle PQR is an isosceles triangle. It's an isosceles triangle. Therefore angle, you can write here angle QPR is equal to angle PRQ. We'll consider it as X degree. Okay, therefore in triangle PQR, angle PQR plus angle QRP plus angle RPQ is equal to 180 degree. So PQR is how much? Angle PQR, angle not arc, angle PQR is 70 degree plus X is equal to 180 degree. 2X is equal to 180 degree minus 70 degree. Therefore 2X is equal to 110. Therefore X is equal to 110 degree upon 2. Therefore X is equal to 55 degrees. Okay, as I don't have place over here, I am writing it here. Okay, as X is 55 degree, therefore directly you can write down, therefore angle RPQ is 55 degrees. Okay, as it is 55 degree, you can write down here, measurement of angle RPQ is equal to half of measurement of arc QR. Okay, therefore how much is RPQ, that is 55, is equal to half of measurement of arc QR. Okay, therefore 55 multiplied by 2 is equal to measurement of arc QR. So measurement of arc QR is equal to 110 degree. Okay, therefore you can say that in question number 4, measurement of angle RPRQ is equal to question mark. You know that angle PRQ is equal to angle RPQ is equal to 55 degree. Therefore measurement of angle PRQ is equal to 55 degrees. This you can write directly. Okay, now let us move on towards question number 3. Question number 3 is very easy, dear children. Now in this question they have asked you, quadrilateral MRPN is a cyclic quadrilateral in which angle R is 5x minus 13 degree and angle N is 4x plus 4 degree. You have to find measurement of angle R plus angle N. Okay, so let us move on towards the solution. Quadrilateral MRPN is cyclic. This is given to you all. Okay, therefore measurement of angle R plus measurement of angle N is equal to 180 degree. Okay, how is it so? As opposite angles of cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. Okay, they are supplementary, means they are 180 degree. Okay, now how much is measurement of angle R? That is 5x minus 13 plus measurement of angle N is 4x plus 4, that is equal to 180 degree. Now 5x plus 4x is 9x minus 13 plus 4 is minus 9, that is equal to 180 degree. Therefore 9x is equal to 180 plus 9. 9x is equal to 189. Therefore x is equal to 189 upon 9. Therefore x will be 9 1 9, 21. Here will be 21. X will be 21. Now as you have found the value of x, you can put it in the value of angle R and angle N. Therefore angle R is equal to 5x minus 13, that is 5 into 21 minus 13. 5 21s, that is 105 minus 13, that will be 92. Angle R is 92. Okay, now let us find angle N. Angle N is 4x plus 4, that is 4 multiplied by 21 plus 4. 84 plus 4, that will be 88. Angle N is equal to 88. So in this way, this question number 3 was very easy. Okay, here you can write degree. Yeah? Okay, now let us move on towards question number 4. Now question number 4, it is given that RS is the diameter of the circle with center O. Point T lies in the exterior of the circle. Prove that angle RTS is acute angle. Okay, so you can write down here RS is the diameter of circle with center O. With center O. You have to prove that angle RTS is an acute angle. Acute angle means the angle whose measurement is less than 90 degree. Okay. Now, as a part of construction, what we'll do, we'll join this RT, we'll join TS. Okay. Join RT, TS. Okay. Here we'll take point P. Okay. And they intersect at circle at point P. Okay, I'll write down here RT. Next I'll write RT, and you can see only RT intersect circle at point P, and then you have to draw PS. So what we did, we had joined this RT, we joined this TS. Here this RT is intersecting the circle at point P, and then from P we have joined this S. Okay, now in the proof let us see. Now RS is the diameter of the circle. RS is the diameter of circle. Okay, now this angle, you can see this angle is inscribed in a semicircle, this RPS. Okay, angle inscribed in a semicircle is a right angle. You have studied in the properties in the last session. So children, before going through the this practice set session, whenever you are watching this practice set video, before that please watch the videos which are made related to the basic of practice set. All the theorems, all the properties are discussed in those videos. So please go through that videos, and then only you watch this practice set videos, so it becomes easy for you all to solve the practice set. Okay, so RS is the diameter of the circle, and you know that angle inscribed in semicircle, angle inscribed in semicircle is a right angle, is a right angle. Okay, therefore you can write down here RPS is 90 degree. Okay, angle RPS is equal to 90 degree. This is your equation 1. Okay, now if you see this triangle PTS, okay, then this angle RPS is an exterior angle of triangle PTS. So I'll write down here angle RPS is an exterior angle of triangle PTS. Okay, as it is exterior angle, so you can write down here angle RPS is equal to angle PTS plus angle TSP. Okay, so you very well know that RPS is 90 degree. Now instead of this PTS, I can write directly RTS. Okay, angle RTS plus angle TSP from 1. Okay, now if you see sum means addition of angle RTS and TSP. Sum of angle RTS and or plus I'll do here plus angle TSP is 90 degree. Okay, therefore you can say that angle RTS is less than 90 degree. Therefore angle RTS is a acute angle. Okay, now let us move on towards question number 5. Now in question number 5 they have asked you prove that any rectangle is a cyclic quadrilateral. So what they have given you, that quadrilateral ABCD is a rectangle. So write it down in given. Quadrilateral ABCD is a rectangle. This is given. Okay, you have to prove that quadrilateral ABCD or rectangle ABCD is cyclic. Okay, so in rectangle ABCD, if you see angle A, angle B, angle C and angle D, they are 90 degree. Angle A is equal to angle B is equal to angle C is equal to angle D is equal to 90 degrees. Okay, now if you see opposite angles, if you add opposite angle of this rectangle, that is angle A plus angle C is equal to 90 plus 90. Therefore you can write down here angle A plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. This is your equation 1. Now angle B and angle D, these are opposite angles. Angle B plus angle D is equal to 90 plus 90. Therefore angle B plus angle D is also 180 degree. This is your equation 2. And you have studied that from equation 1 and 2. You very well know that the opposite angles of rectangle are supplementary. And when opposite angles of rectangle are supplementary, that you very well know that when a quadrilateral is cyclic, its opposite angles are supplementary. Okay, so you can write down here the opposite angles of rectangle ABCD are supplementary. Therefore you can say that rectangle ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. It is a cyclic quadrilateral. So this was all in question number 5. Let us move on towards question number 6. Now this question number 6 is little bit lengthy, but you can see that it is also very easy. Okay. Now in figure, altitude YZ and XT of triangle WXY are given and they intersect at point P. Okay, they intersect at point P. You have to prove that quadrilateral WZPT is cyclic and point X, Z, T and Y are concyclic. Okay, so whatever is given, children, you may write down. Whatever is to be proved, that also you write down. As place will be not sufficient for me, I am directly moving on towards the proof. So let us see first one. Now in quadrilateral WZPT quadrilateral, angle WZP plus angle WTP is equal to 90 degree plus 90 degree. Why it is? As YZ and xt are altitudes. Okay. Therefore, you can write down here angle WZP plus angle WTP is equal to 180 degree. This is your equation 1. Okay. Now, in quadrilateral WZPT, you know that the measurement of angle of or you can see measurement of all this angle will be 360 degrees. If you see WZPT plus WTP plus ZPT and plus ZWT means opposite angles. Their measurement is 180 degree and opposite angles, two opposite angles are there. No, this angle and this angle 180 degree. This angle plus this angle will be 180 degree and all together it will be 360 degree. Therefore, I'll write down an angle WZP plus WTP, angle WTP plus angle ZWT plus angle ZPT is equal to 360 degrees. Okay. Now you very well know angle WZP and WTP from equation 1. They are 180 degree plus angle ZWT plus ZPT is equal to 360 degree. Therefore, angle ZWT plus angle ZPT is equal to 360 degree minus 180 degree. Therefore, angle ZWT plus angle ZPT is equal to 180 degree. Okay, this is your equation 2. Now, from equation 1 and 2, you can say that quadrilateral WZPT is cyclic. It is cyclic. Okay. Now let us move on towards the second one, that is point XYZ, XZ, TY are concyclic. Okay. Now you very well know that XY, these 2 points, they are subtending what? 2 equal angles. No, they are subtending 2 equal angles. Therefore, you can say that angle XZP, this angle XZP is equal to angle XTY. If 2 points subtend equal angles at 2 distinct points which lie on one side of the line, then the 4 points are concyclic. Okay, in the same way, you can write down here XY subtends equal angles at point Z and T. Okay. Therefore, you can say that angle XZP is equal to angle XTY. Okay. So, you can write down the statement over here. If 2 points, that is X and Y, 2 points subtend equal angles at 2 distinct points which lie on the one side of the line, then the 4 points are collinear or concyclic. 4 points are concyclic. Okay. Therefore, you can write down here X, Z, T, Y are concyclic. So it was very easy, but just you have to memorize the statements. You have to learn some statements, and wherever the statements are useful, you have to write them. Now let us move on towards question number 7. Question number 7 is also very short and easy one. In figure, they have given you arc NS. You can see this arc. Measurement of this arc they have given, that is 125, and measurement of arc EF, this arc, that is 37 degree. You have to find measurement of angle NMS. Okay. So we'll write down the solution. Measurement of arc NS is how much? 125. 25. Okay, measurement of arc EF is equal to 37 degree. Okay, now measurement of angle NMS. Now this is an inscribed angle. Okay, therefore its measurement will be this arc minus this arc. So I'll write down it here. I'm not having place, so I'm writing it down here. So measurement of angle NMS is equal to half measurement of arc NS minus half measurement of arc EF. Now I'll take this half as common. I'll write down here measurement of arc NS minus measurement of arc EF. Okay, so half. What is NS? NS is 125 minus 37. Okay, that is equal to half into 15 minus 7. That will be 88. Okay, therefore 2 1s are 2, 44 is are. Okay, therefore angle NMS will be 44 degrees. So this is your solution to question number 7. Now let us move on towards the last question of this practice set, that is question number 8. Now in question number 8, they have asked you in figure chord AC, you can see this chord AC and chord DE intersect at point B. Okay, angle ABE is 108 degree. This arc, you can see this arc AE, I'll mark it here. Arc AE is 95 and you have to find arc DC. This is also very easy. Now let us move on towards the solution. Chord AC, chords AC and chord DE intersect at point B. Intersect at point B. Okay, they have given you angle ABE is how much? 108 degree. Okay, they have also given you measurement of arc AE is equal to 95 degrees. Okay, and what you can see this dotted part, this is a part of construction. So what we'll write here, draw AD. Draw AD. Okay, now if you see children, this arc ADE, this arc if you see, that is half of arc AE. Okay, so you can write down here measurement of angle ADE. You can see this angle ADE is equal to half of arc AE. Okay, now you can write down here from inscribed angle theorem. From inscribed angle theorem. Okay, therefore half of E is how much? E is 95. That means 2 1s are 2 4s are 8, 2 7s are means 47.5 is measurement of angle ADE. Okay, now let us consider the triangle ADB. We'll consider this triangle. You can see this ADB. Okay, now in triangle ADB, angle ABE, you can see this angle ABE is the exterior angle, is exterior angle of triangle ABD. Okay, therefore you can write down here angle ABE is equal to angle BAD plus angle ADB. Okay, now AB is 108 degree, this you know, and instead of BAD I can write CAD, angle CAD, and instead of ABD I'll write down here ADE. This angle I'll write down angle ADE. Okay, now you very well know angle CAD we have to find, and angle ADE is 47.5 degree. Therefore 108 degree minus 47.5 degree is equal to angle CAD. Therefore you can write down here angle CAD is equal to 60.5. Okay, it is 60.5. Now by inscribed angle theorem, measurement of angle CAD, if you see this angle CAD, that is equal to half of measurement of arc DC. Half of measurement of arc DC. Now you know measurement of angle CAD, that is 60.5 is equal to half of measurement of arc DC. Therefore 60.5 multiplied by 2 is equal to measurement of arc DC. Therefore 2 5s that will be 121 is equal to measurement of arc DC. You can write down a measurement of arc DC is equal to 121. So here we have completed practice set 3.4. Okay.